Welcome back to day 28 of my 30-day 10K month challenge. Y'all, we are almost done. Today is day 28. Can you believe that we have been together? Well, some of y'all been here since day one, but for the past 28 days, and we are bringing it home. Day 30. That's it. Well, I told y'all yesterday, day 28. Yesterday, I said I may do a bonus day on day 31. But we have been here. Y'all have been here. Like, I just need y'all to take one hand, take your left hand, put it on your right shoulder and pat yourself on the back. Then go ahead and take your right hand and put it on your left shoulder and pat yourself on the back. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. And listen, I love you just the same day 28. So if today is your first day, day 27, yesterday was your first day. I love y'all just the same. And so what I need you to do is though, put a 1 through a 28 to represent which day you jumped in on this challenge. And if you know me, day 28, you don't know this, but it does not matter which day you jump in the challenge. The only thing that matters is that you're in. That's it. But just to see who is here, go ahead and put a number 1 through number 28, depending on the day that you join this challenge. And I do appreciate you being here because today is Sunday. And so, for those of you who were here with me yesterday on Saturday, y'all special. And then for those of you who are here at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday, y'all special, special. Right. And so that says a lot. And then for both of you who've been here, all of you who've been here, my day 27s and my day 28s on the weekend, like my goodness, can y'all just like wrap your mind around what that means? Like what that says about you and about your business and about your leadership, about your mindset, right? And what that says to me is that you're no longer just chasing success, you're aligning with it, right? So, congratulations to you, okay? What I also need you to do is make sure that you are sharing this live with everybody that you know, with every group that you can think of, so that they can get on up in this room. So day 28, you new here, but day 27 just found out yesterday. There is no gatekeeping over here. My love language is seeing women win. Now, I understand that there are men here too. So, my love language is seeing all of you win. So, make sure that you are allowing others to tap into this information, gain access and hold of these resources just like you are able to do so. Okay. We don't want to leave anybody out. And I want you to stick around because I'm going to share more information. Let me just go ahead and tell y'all now, right? This is Sunday, and I know some of y'all got to go. Some of y'all, just getting home from church, got to get ready for second service, got to get your Sunday dinner started. The Women Who Multiply experience is taking place in Philadelphia in April of 2026. Now, fellas, we love y'all, but this is not for you. This is for women, right? This is a multiplication activation experience, not a conference, not a summit, not a workshop, not an inspirational gathering, an experience for women who are seriously ready to build their leadership, right? To master their mindset, to multiply their impact, to grow in their systems and their strategies. So I want y'all to make sure you get your mothers, your cousins, your aunties, your grandmothers, listen, your sister friend, your business bestie, and y'all make sure y'all get y'all tickets to get in the room. Now, let me just say this though. Tickets right now are only open for those challenge participants who are in here as VIP or platinum participants. Okay. So they get first access to get their tickets because this is going to be small. This is going to be intimate, right? Now, everybody else, stay tuned because access for you, open enrollment for you, will begin on December 31st. So make sure you set your notifications, you put it on your calendar so that you do not miss out. Okay. All right. And now, at this point, now day 28, you don't know this, but I hope that you do. You do know. But you should have your notepad, your iPad, your pens, and your pencils so that you can take Y'all know what I always say if y'all been here, copious notes. All right. So today's theme is alignment over hustle. I told y'all that yesterday. And the grounding scripture is Proverbs 16 and 3. Now, my day 28s, I know you're probably wondering, like, listen, now, my business bestie done told me to go over to Dr. Harris's live because she's doing this 30-day, 10K month challenge. Now, why in the world did I get up here on a Sunday at 12 noon and she's talking to me about Proverbs 16 and 3? And so what you all don't understand is that these scriptures, they are your business blueprint. They are your entrepreneurship manuscript that's going to help you go ahead and develop and build and sustain those 10K months that you aspire to have. Okay? All right. So and then I do recognize that some of you are new here. So, for those of you who may be new here, I am Dr. Tiffany R. Harris, the mindset architect for limitless success. And for the past decade, and what I've been doing for the past 28 days is helping entrepreneurs renew their mindset, build aligned strategies, and create sustainable revenue without burnout. Okay. And so, that's what I've been doing here. And if you want to learn more about me, please go to my website, which is tiffanyharris.net. Okay. All right. So I talked to y'all already about our grounding scripture, which is Proverbs 16 and 3. And what it says is to commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. And this scripture is so essential because a lot of the time we're trying to figure out why our plans are not working. Well, it's because it's your plan and not his plan, right? And so I'm not here to impose my beliefs on you, but what I am here to do is share the biblical principles of scripture and the word that has helped me reach my first five-figure month, right? And so day 28, I said this before, people always want to know what you did, but don't want to do what you did to get to where you're at, right? So I'm giving you what I've done. And so it's up to you to decide whether or not you're going to apply it. Okay? So it's out of my hands now, and I'm giving it to you. I'm passing the torch. I'm passing the resources. I'm sharing the information. And what you do with it, that's up to you. Okay? All right. And so this scripture doesn't say work harder. It says commit first, then move. And so the mistake that some entrepreneurs are making is that they're moving at their own pace. They're moving based off of their own strategy. They're moving based off of their own systems, right? And it's not what he told us to do. Right? And so you didn't even commit it to him. You're just going out there, just doing whatever you think that feels good and what looks good because of what you see other people doing. So alignment precedes establishment. Write that down. And so when you do that and you're out here and you're just on the go and you're not committing it to him first, you people get into this hustle mood and you'll hear you will hear people say hustle harder, right? More hustle. And so this whole hustle, I don't know why I can't talk today. I need some water. So this hustle culture, it's telling you to do more, to work longer, to say yes to everything, and if you remember, you weren't here day 28, but everybody else, if you were here yesterday, we talked about protecting your energy. We talked about saying no without guilt, right? But that hustle mindset tells us that we got to move and do this and be here and be there and say, yes, I will. Yes, I can. Yes, I am. No, right? And that culture, it tells you to grind harder. It tells you to push through exhaustion. Yesterday, when we talked about protecting your energy, we talked about how burnout is not a problem. The problem is that you have boundary issues. And when you have boundary issues, you're going to feel depleted. You're going to feel exhausted because that hustle mindset is telling you to go, right? Being exhausted is not the flex. Put that down. Being exhausted is not the flex. Being burned out is not the flex. And so when people are aligned with this hustle culture, right? They're moving and trying to operate on E or close to E. And I want you to think, and for some of you who drive and some of you who may not drive, but you know how this works, you have to have gas in the tank. And just think about how your vehicle performs when you're at a quarter tank, right? Just think about how your vehicle performs when that gas light finally comes on and you got about 5 more miles until you get to the gas station. But you're pushing it to the max, you're pushing it to the limit. And that's what some of you are doing to your body. So hustle without alignment will lead to burnout. It's going to cause you to shut down. If you don't put any gas in that vehicle, it will cut off. Hustle without alignment leads to scattered focus. It leads to poor decisions and misaligned opportunities. And it also is going to lead to temporary results. Write this down. Being busy is not the same as being effective. And the illusion is that you all are busy doing nothing, but because you're busy, you feel productive. You feel like you've done something. You feel, but you're not effective, right? You should want to be effective. You should want to be productive and effective, not just busy doing miscellaneous tasks. Okay. And so let me talk to you a little bit about what alignment really means. Alignment means that your actions matches your values. So you're not just saying yes to any opportunity because they're waving a check in front of your face or they've presented this proposal to you that has a certain amount of zeros that you've never seen before. So now you're going to try to put in the work and put something together, put a speech together on a topic that you have no background in, right? Alignment means that your schedule supports your vision, right? And that's part of creating your boundaries is putting a schedule in place. From 1 to 3, what are you doing? From 5 to 7, what are you doing? What you should be doing is activities and taking action that matches your vision. So if I'm preparing for a speech, my schedule should not look like me working on IT assignments. My vision has nothing to do with IT. My speech has nothing to do with IT. Your energy is spent intentionally when you're in alignment. Who you're talking to, where you're going, what you're watching, what you're listening to. Your goals reflect your calling when you're in alignment. And what alignment is going to do is it simplifies your execution. And so when you're aligned, you never have to force results. So let me talk to you about some signs that you're actually operating out of alignment. Okay. And so if you're constantly tired but not fulfilled, you're operating out of alignment. Your energy is depleted. You're focusing on actions that are not consistent with your vision. You're busy, but you're not progressing. You're out of alignment. I'm busy sitting here trying to, like I said, work on an IT project that has nothing to do with my vision and with my goals. Why in the world am I trying to work on an IT project? Oh, because they told me that they're going to give me 5 figures to come and do this speech about IT. So now I got to spend more energy, right, to learn IT, to put together a speech about IT and try to make it fit and make it work. And it's not, no, right? And so when you're not in alignment, you're saying yes out of pressure. You're chasing opportunities that don't fit. I get emails all the time for opportunities to speak, for opportunities to lead workshops. And it has nothing to do with mindset, leadership, mental health, women empowerment, resilience. It has nothing to do with that. So because it's not in alignment, I'm not saying yes. And I want you all to get to that point. And so when you're saying yes to something that's out of alignment, that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying that you're going to miss opportunities that are in alignment. The opportunities will come as long as you continue to be visible. We talked about this days ago, day 28, and present intentionally and letting people know about the specific solution that you have and the problems that you solve. Your ideal client is out there. Your ideal client is not the IT world. Your ideal client is not the bakers. Your ideal client is, they're not the truck drivers. So stop trying to exert your energy in places that you're not called to. Okay? Alignment is going to bring you peace, not confusion. Okay? And so when you're aligned, your decisions are going to be clearer, your execution is smoother, boundaries are easier to enforce, your confidence is going to increase, your progress becomes sustainable. Alignment doesn't remove effort, it removes wasted effort. If I'm wasting my time trying to build a speech related to IT, that is not my area of expertise. That is not my industry. That is not my lane. I write this down. I'm going to stay in my lane. Write that down. I'm going to stay in my lane. All right. All right, day 28. It's Sunday, so I'm about to get y'all out of here, right? So I give homework day 28. Day 27's found out for the first time yesterday when they joined. And so I believe in consistent and immediate implementation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you your day 28 action steps. So I want you to write this down. Okay? All right. So what is one thing you're doing out of obligation, not alignment? Some of y'all like, "Ooh, I never thought about that." I know. That's why I'm the mindset architect for limitless success. And I'm here to help you. One thing that you're doing out of obligation, not alignment. And then I want you to write down what is one commitment you need to reevaluate. Then write down one action you need to realign with your vision. And then I want you to ask yourself, does this move me closer to who I'm becoming? Everybody, alignment is going to require you to be honest with yourself. Okay. And listen, this is exactly why the women who multiply exist. Okay. This is not about hustling harder, it's about aligning deeper. This is an experience designed for women to clarify their vision, align their strategy, protect their energy, execute with wisdom, and multiply without burnout. So, VIPs and platinum participant registrants here, make sure that you are locking in your spots because in a couple of days now, everybody else on December 31st, they getting access. And so we will not be providing any extra tickets. What we have is what we have, and that's it. This is going to be intimate. Okay. And so your growth should feel intentional, not exhausting. So if today confirmed alignment matters to you, I want you to drop I choose alignment in the comments and write that in your notes. And then I want you to come back tomorrow for day 29 and bring somebody with you. And we're going to be talking about obedience unlocks overflow. And this is where your faith meets your action, right? I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.